Kovic's call for the starting lineup. Big games on the way here on our last day of quarterfinals at the EuroVolleys. Nikola Gurbic, the legend, looking after this Polish team against a team he knows very well from Serbia. Igor Kolikovic is the head coach of this Serbian team. And both coaches looking a little nervous, I have to say, on the sideline. Huge amount riding on this next tie, and it's all here on EuroVolley TV. Thanks for joining us for what should be an absolute cracker. Away we go. Poland in the red and white get this match underway, and the men in blue from Serbia crank the first ball out of play. Drazen Luberic starting ahead of Alexander Antanasevic, who's played most of the matches. That's been clubbed well wide of Leon's block. Leon starting in this match for Poland. Their talisman superstars. And he starts through the outside with left-hander Swivka, who's just put that serve out of play. Wins for Poland against Czechia, Netherlands, North Macedonia, Denmark and Montenegro. And then a bit of a struggle against Belgium. Belgium played really well to force the game to 4 sets, but Poland got across the line 3-1 in the end. This is another massive test for them this evening in Bari. Kaczmarek's first hit bounces off the block, off him and back into play. And Kujundžić gets his first kill. Remember, the number 10 is going to be tested tonight. 47 points in the tournament so far. He's played most of the games and most of the points. But the wing spiker out on that left side in the number 10 shirt, I'm sure, targeted during the course of this match by Poland. We'll see how he responds. Power tip off the block. This is not what Poland need. With captain Bartosz Kurek still looking like he's suffering the after effects of the VNL injury. They do not need Kaczmarek to miss a beat here. Good start from Serbia. After the initial mistake, they've managed to find a 3-1 lead. Leon waits to receive. Just a little off-pacer to try and take away his run-up, but he still gets the ball, hammers off the top of the block. Scoring chance, Serbia. Not taken on this occasion by Kujundžić. Good blocking though, nice organisation here from Serbia. And a chance to go 4-1 again. This time to Drazen. This time he gets it right. Block out kill for 4-1. Magnificent start from Serbia. Really hard there into the left hand of Norbert Huber. It's just a little late in closing to that block of Leon. Dream start for the team in blue. Solid pass from Leon. Gets the return ball again from Janusz, but that is not the tempo that Leon was running. Just having a quick word there with the setter. Off a good ball, he's going to run it quick. He wants that ball flat and out on the antenna. And as soon as that had a peak on it, he was struggling to get there. Early timeout call from Nick Gurbic for Poland.
Listen, it's very important to think one ball at a time. Doesn't matter what happened before. Okay? Remember, we can trying to roll the ball or give it to us, try to put it closer to the net so we can attack through primo tempo and fight. Avoid if you can middle of the court.
No dramas yet, no alarm bells ringing, but a couple of slightly concerning moments. Janusz not quite on the money yet with his playmaking. Leon, 2 swings, no kills. And Kaczmarek in that opposite position. Not as forceful as he would like to be early in the game. So Serbia being given some encouragement here in this quarter-final. Leon with another good pass. So clearly Serbia are going to target the number 9 for Poland. Leon's going to get some traffic, I think. But as long as he passes solidly, Janusz can release who he wants, and this time goes to Norbert Huber for his first kill in the game. So Huber goes to 50 points for the tournament. And a good high contact point as well, 329, scary stuff. And well, this is a concern. Now Huber's service misfires, and he's such a safe server, but with pressure. Kochanovski have been brilliant at this tournament, the two middles from the service line. Miran Kujundžić then into court. Leon gets his first kill. Two big sounds, one from his hand as he contacted the ball, one from the blocker's fingers as it pinged off and into the crowd. So Kuzmanovic got there, got lined up, just couldn't get the shut down, and he wasn't far off. Kaczmarek. Goodness me, Poland have got no rhythm whatsoever on court at the moment. In set 3 against Belgium, they had moments where their game deserted them when it looked like they were going to get it across the line pretty easily in 3. But this is a huge ask. If they're not playing well against Serbia, this is going to be a tough match. Kochanovski, like Huber, gets himself a kill. He goes to 51. Two middles have been very influential at this tournament for Poland. They're going to have to be so in this match as well. 30-year-old Leon with the serve. 135 clicks is his world record. That's a big hit to start with at 122. Oh, not sure Kaczmarek knew too much about that defence. He was trying to get out of the way of Peric's spike. Good finish though. Incredible, isn't it, that we can say Leon has just hit an off-pace serve at 122 kilometres per hour. The dimensions of this sport are astonishing in the modern era. There you go. Everyone's happy with Kujundžić's pass, which allowed that release to Peric. Whoa! Now, are they? No, I don't think they're going to have a look at this on the challenge, but Liboric is interested to see it on the big screen. He was pretty close to clipping Kaczmarek's heels for him there, but Drazen Liboric, 29-year-old opposite, misses with his first serve. Kochanovski can get serve runs. Can he get one here? No, he goes off pace just to make sure. Big hit, beautiful swing. And Swifka just loses his balance. Probably got a fairly hefty nudge there off Norbert Huber. The middle blockers are big units, so when they thump into you, they can knock you into the net. But no, that was all Swifka, I think. Just jumping way high. Solid lead for Serbia maintained. There we go. Janusz looking for that middle whenever he can find it. Really wants to pin the two middle players down. Podraskinin and Kuzmanovic. It was Podraskinin on this occasion that went late. He was gambling that ball was going to go wider. Big shot. Big shot. Middle's doing well for Poland again. Huber gets himself a block to follow the kill. Poland reduced the deficit to just 2 points in this opening set. Swifka with a good read as well. Some serious blocking going on. And out of system Serbia. Blockers with a chance again. Liboric sends it long. Speculative challenge maybe on the way here, yeah. Igor Kolakovic wants to look at this. Serbia, having made a magnificent start, are just letting Poland back into things. Well, we had all manner of musical accompaniment to our challenges here in Bari. And the latest offering, Rolf Haltermeyer, the Beverly Hills Cop. No block touch, nowhere near. Absolutely nowhere near. How good is that shot with the big screen in the background? It's a marvellous image, isn't it? Now, does Kolakovic go for a timeout to follow the challenge? Or is he just going to let it play out? He's just going to let this play out, give his team one more chance to preserve a 2-point lead. but their early work has been undone. Good swing, there we go. Kujundžić can't put it down. Swievka can't either. Magnificent defence from Peric. Drazen out of the back line is blocked, but good recovery. Not the best from Leon. Zatorski bumps it high, but it's out of system for Poland. Good reuse from Climactic. And the middles go again. Frustration for Serbian coach Igor Kolikovic because his team had a few chances there and just couldn't finish. Well, when both these teams hit top gear, we're going to have some spectacle on show. Little short serve, a clever serve, catching Podrashkinin out. Kujundžić finds the fingers. So Serbia nudge ahead again, but that 4-point lead has gone. Wow, that is high. Kaczmarek next to Huber. That's going to be tough for Kujundžić as this match goes on. Solid pass from Zatorski. Big swing from Swievka, defended again. He's not getting the ball on the floor at the moment, Alexander Swievka, and it's allowing Serbia some transition opportunities. Liveric takes it this time. Podrashkinin puts it into court with pressure. Swievka forced to tip. Poland struggling to get off this rotation. Serbia need to keep them there. Podrashkinin goes wide to Liveric, who just rolls it off the fingers and into the corner. And no Polish defender in attendance. Serbia building their lead again. Well, we've seen some stunning round of 16 matches. Netherlands versus Germany was an absolute humdinger. And then we had the drama of Turkey 2-0 up on Slovenia, and Slovenia came all the way back to win in 5. And getting off to a good start against a big name team is all you can do. And Serbia asking the questions. This is a very lackluster start from Poland, but really, in all honesty, they've not really been allowed to play at the moment by Serbia. Serbia sticking to the game plan, and it's working a treat again.
Listen, they are doing with the setter line too. With the setter first line, they are doing the line too. So he's serving in the middle of the court, 6-5. Let's try to give at least positive ball. Okay, so we can attack even through the middle or even with Jeju, but with the good ball.
So another horrible points run from Poland, conceding a lot of points on the bounce there, which allows Serbia to recover from losing their 4-point lead. They're back out to that. No major concerns for the Polish fans just yet. They've seen it all before. They'll be here till the bitter end. They hope the end won't be bitter though. They'll be hoping for some kind of recovery here from their team. Podrashkinin to serve again. Again, another serve aimed at 6-5. This time, the ball is solid. That's what Nick Gurbic was saying. If the ball's going to be served there, you've got to be able to give a good pass. I mean, that's the best zone to pass into the setter from. This time, Swievka finds the floor through the arms of Kujundžić. He was close. He was close. Swievka back round to this first rotation for Poland. It's poor from Serbia. And that's good from Poland. Ball on the setter's head. They can run all the options at pace. Just a few nervy sets early doors from Janusz, but he looks a bit more comfortable now. That's exactly what Leon's looking for. And the player that he's aiming to go over the top of, Todorovic, the setter for Serbia. He knows he's got a mismatch on him. Todorovic at 190, Leon at 201. And into the net tape. The demand on Kujundžić starts now. A couple of early spikes that he's put away, but he's getting tested. Three-man block up against him and couldn't find the angle, and even if it had gone over, Satorsky was on it. Not sure that's the most positive face from the opposite, Climactic. Again, high, out of system, and Kujundžić has battered that away. Wide of the mark. Now, they do have a couple of really experienced outside replacements. Uros Kovacevic hasn't scored a point in the tournament yet, the captain. They can also go to Marko Ivovic, 32 years of age. The kind of scoreboard that will annoy coaches. That points worm doesn't make great reading. This is a game that should be side out at this level. But at the moment, it's anything but. It's teams getting stuck on rotations. And the point that Igor Kolakovic was making to his players was that the last time Poland called a timeout, they came back on the court and Serbia let them win 5 points. So the same thing has happened again. Igor Kolakovic has this time called a timeout and hopes his players can respond in turn. Swifka to serve again. Stunning hit. That's brilliant from Ljubic. He provides a very, very similar type of opposite hitting dynamic to the man that he's playing in front of in this game, Alexander Antanasiewicz. I suspect, because Antanasiewicz plays for the Skra club in Poland, I suspect Igor Kolakovic is worried. The logic behind that. Well, that looked like that was going to Peric on the most incredible big attack. Kuzmanovic gets a big paw on it. That could have been hit by Peric. It's worked out anyway. Serbia 15-14. Kujundžić to serve. Good serve. Nice pass from Satorsky, and Leon has missed. Missed the blockers, missed the court. Now, we might have a challenge here from Nikurovic, just to slow things down. She's not quite making it out there for him at the area that he wants it. I know it's very precise at this level, and the attackers do have a little more range than the mere mortals of the sport, but Poland again are the architects of their own downfall here, because Kujundžić has just delivered an ace. We're gonna have a look at it on the challenge. Poland want to know if this is ball in or out, but once again I suspect Ljubic having to use this just as a delaying device, a chance to talk to his players again, just to try and get their heads in gear before they go to a third 4-point deficit, because that's where they're heading at the moment. Yeah, it's in. Great serve. Great serve from Kujundžić, and everything he does from the back line buys himself a bit of credit for the term that he's going to spend in the front court. Serving. And another ball to 6-5 between position 6 and position 5, in the middle and the corner between Leon and Swifka. Challenge kind of does its job, even though it was unsuccessful. This time Poland restricts the lead. There's Antanasiewicz, middle of your picture. Plays in the Polish league, which I think is probably why he isn't on court. But he's been playing well at this tournament. High ball. Tough one for Peric to hit. He's hit it with force. Defended to the rafters there, and that's superb. That's the first hit Climactic has had for, I reckon, about 6-7 minutes. He's put it away well, so a restart from Lucas Climactic. 29-year-old opposite who plays for the Zaxa club. Good touch. It's coming back. Leon can hit this. Oh, just rolls it beautifully. That is exquisite volleyball. I think Serbia had in their minds it was coming back as a free ball, and that bump right from the ball stoppers at the back gave Leon a chance, and the Serbian defenders were very flat-footed. Probably could have done with a block in the air. 17-all, Poland's see off. A third 4-point advantage, and they've got themselves level. Now Climactic needs to get into this match. Just gets in. Good pass from Kapoor. Nice swing, brilliant defence again from Zatorski. He was responsible for the last point. Not this time, Leon can't kill it. The block is good though. Oh, magnificent touch from Kojundžić. Although, he's getting a long, hard stare from libero Milorad Kapoor, who probably could have played this relatively easily. That's a hell of a swing from Peric, and that probably was coming to the arms of Kapoor until Kojundžić threw himself at it. Yeah, that would have been a relatively easy pass for the libero. Kohanovski, though, gets himself a kill block and lets everyone know about it. Climactic foot fault, would you believe it? See more foot faults actually here in the Palaflorio in Bari than we have in any other part of the tournament. There must be a strange dimension out there that's just drawing the players a little closer. Good pass from Leon. Well, it's okay. If the ball dies inside on that, it's okay, because Leon will come and fetch it if he can, but he's got such a straight up and down hitting style. It's got to be in that window, and that's a hell of a contact point. 340. Well over 100 clicks on the speed gun. And now, after that big swing, he can try and go big from the service line. Does so, but it's left. 124 kilometres per hour. He's gradually turning up the heat. But it's got to be in to make a difference. Now, Fornal is coming in. He's going to play across the back line for Leon. And just explaining his decision there to Leon. This is all about Fornal shoring up the pass. 19-all. Somehow, Poland are in this set. They really shouldn't be. Serbia have played well enough, and Serbia have a chance here to take a mini break again. Ljuberic has stopped initially. Peric, he finds the hands and gets the job done. So 2 transition swings and a nice bit of patience there from Serbia. Now can Ljuberic find another big serve? Yes, he can. Out of system again for Poland. Climactic from the back line, gets enough on it. And Ljuberic forces it down the front of Swivka's block. This is exceptional stuff again from Serbia. And a brilliant service run. Drazen Ljuberic there, putting it right out to the sideline, and Fornal doing very well to get anything on it. That really should have been a block. It's another solid serve, 122 kilometres per hour. Swivka is picked up off the block. Poland don't like this. And it's put away. So no need for a further argument. And Ljuberic has just made his point to the second official. They didn't like that pick up off the block initially. There he goes. Yeah, there's a few touches in there. I think Poland have got a point. Well, they got it in the end, didn't they? Off the hands of Todorovic. They're not really exploiting what they need to exploit at the moment, Poland, and it's allowing Serbia to play with a certain amount of freedom. Important service run. Good swing from Kojanovski. Again, Lubric going for the fingers, gets them. Well, with the exception of that first hit out on point number 1, Drazen Lubric has been very good indeed. Actually plays his volleyball in Russia, so won't have come across the Polish players for a while in club volleyball. Out from Peric. Poland hanging in there. It's been quite quiet, Peric. 67 points before the start of this match. He was Serbia's top scorer. Now Janusz to serve. That means that there's a tall front line for Poland. No real weaknesses in the block. Ivovic comes in to shore up the pass for Serbia. Replaces Peric. Kuzunjic is taken short. Has he clipped the line? He has. That's a remarkable hit. As the legendary USA wing spiker Bob Stretlik used to say, you've got to have all the tools on the tool belt, and that is a nice cut out to the line to beat Zatorski. Doesn't all have to be raw power in this game. A certain amount of finesse applied there. So, changes afoot. Rashkinin is replaced by Antanasiewicz for service duties. Semenyuk comes in. This is a big call. First appearance from Kamil Semenyuk, the Perugia player, 27-year-old outside hitter. A lot of new faces on court, both sides of the net. Todorovic is off as well. They've gone for height and no setter by the looks of it, Serbia. And that'll do, actually. They've got Batak, number 11, the slightly taller setter on court at 198. But it's all to no effect. Tanasevic's serve is passed well enough by Fornal for Janusz to create the opportunity. Swika off Kuzunjic. He's played well in this first set. I said he'd be one of the players under pressure for Serbia, and he's responded excellently well. Fornal out, back in comes Leon. And now the big moments, and it is big. Serbia lead 23-22, but that's a huge block that they've got to get past. Kaczmarek, Huber and Leon in the front court for Poland. Swivka serving. Out of system, Kuzunjic. Against the three blockers, gets it off the block, straight back in his face, and then out of court. And a monster block is pulled off by Leon. He's essentially, I think, headed this out of court. Knew nothing about that. Oh no, it's come off his foot. Well, it was either straight down or slightly lucky, and neither. Timeout called by Coach Kolakovic. Serbia feeling the pressure now. So Poland have trailed by 4 points twice in this set and 3 points once, and they still have managed to claw their way back to 23 all. But Serbia have to stay positive. They can win the set from here, side out, big serve, and they can get this over the line. Always sounds so easy, doesn't it, from the commentary box? Can you imagine, though, being down on the floor with some of those athletes and trying to make that happen? But these guys know what they're doing. These guys can. Swivka to serve. Again, Kuzunjic not on the money with the pass. Servers or blockers all over him. Solid pick up from Lubric with the foot again. Great touch in the back line from Swivka. And the throwdown on the rather tame tip from Leon, and Kuzmanovic, eyes wide, gets his first big point of the set. Had a relatively quiet game up until then. Good footwork from Lubric. terrific defence from the takeaway block. And that's a way to hang around from Kuzmanovic. Just stays in the air long enough to chuck that on the floor. Kapoor's happy. Here we go. Serbia find their way to a set point. Todorovic to serve, so that's good. They've got the big man in the front court. Gets his jumper in. Good pass from Swivka, who goes middle, as calm as you like. That is a thing of beauty to Norbert Huber, and the problem here for Serbia is that they've got a really good server now to try and deal with. And a server that is generally able to put pressure on with great consistency. And poor old Kuzmanovic, 0-0 in the matter of 2 points. It's just out. That's a hell of a lead from the Serbian players, if indeed it is out. And instantly, Nagurvic goes to the challenge, ball in or out. Well, I reckon 3 or 4 of the Polish players were instantly celebrating that. So they think it's in. Huber hits it hard enough to compress the ball to touch the line. Here we go. Here we go, in or out, big call, it's in, it's an ace for Norbert Huber. Oh, dramatic stuff at the end of set 1. A set that Poland shouldn't really be in, yet they are in it. And not only that, they can win it. Ace number 1, he's very good at hitting a second heavy serve off the back of a good one. Gets it in, good pass from Kapoor, and a fine kill from Serbia. Now, by my calculations, that might be the first time that Ljuberic has been used out on that less familiar left side. That's the one rotation he hits there, and I think that's the first time he's had the ball out there. Hell of a choice from Todorovic, very calm. 25 points then, we're into overtime, 2 clear points required. Ivovic off, Peric comes back in for blocking height at the net, regular starter. And Kujundžić puts a very heavy serve in, pressures on Leon, 3 blockers to beat, and he beats them. Not always the most spectacular of shots, the block out kill, but my goodness me, worth its weight in gold. That's a huge block to beat. He's just gone past it with ease, right off the top of Kuzmanovic's fingers by the looks of it. There we go. That's why those fingers are so heavily taped. 26-25. Kaczmarek close to that line again. He foot faulted last time. Oh, massive swing. Kowanovski made a decision that wasn't going middle and deserted his post. Kuzmanovic given a freebie. Beautiful hit, but it's a warm-up hit. Oh, look at that. That'll make a nice photograph. Look out for that one on the CEV website. Oh, shank pass from Leon. Trouble again, it's tight. And he's missed it. Serbia saved 2 set points and earned themselves a second. No rhyme or reason to this opening set. This has been all over the place. Neither team able to establish any real rhythm. Now, I have seen Kuzmanovic serve an ace in the VNL this year. Not this time, but it's not a good pass. And Leon under pressure again. Bangs it past 3 blockers and out of court. Serbia have the first set. 28 points to 26. And we have got a game on our hands in Bari. Serbia lead Poland by a set to 0. Well, I'd like to say it was a stunning set of volleyball. It wasn't really. It was a bit of a crazy set. Yes, there was some very good pressure stuff going on, forcing each team out of system. But there was a lot of missed opportunities. The error count was huge. And we're going to look at a net touch challenge here. And because of that challenge on the ace serve by Norbert Huber being successful, it means that Nagurvic does have one up his sleeve. So a A few mind games at the end here, as we get a bit of X-Files to see us to the final decision, if it is indeed the final decision. If there was a little net tickle in there, then we might be carrying on. Kuzmanovic can't bear it. He'd already done a lap of honour on the celebrations. He doesn't want to have to go back out on the floor. And they're taking a while to find the exact frames here. Here we go, here we go. Net touch or not? Oh, wow, the ball hit the net, but the arms didn't. Unsuccessful challenge. Serbia have their first set. Well, the twist in the tail didn't arrive at the tail, it arrived at the start of the match, because Serbia lead in the blue over Poland by a set to 0. Worked very hard for their leads and eventually managed to claw the victory. Poland start with a gritty defensive touch. Kuzmanovic bangs that ball really hard and it's passed between the antennas, so Leon not able to continue the play. Body language from the Polish players isn't great. They look a little stunned by the way this match has gone early. Just completely lacking a flow to their play, completely lacking rhythm. They don't have much to go with on the right side. Kaczmarek's not providing his usual point-scoring runs. So it's bits and pieces for Poland at the moment, and Serbia know they're in this match. Zatorski draws his setter out to the 3-metre line. That's the man that has to get into this game. Kaczmarek in the number 5 shirt. That doesn't look good either. Ripped the ball and landed and immediately grabbed top of his thigh towards his stomach. Poland don't need any more bad news or any more injuries, that's for sure. Huber, who so nearly closed it out in set 1. Yeah, good run. Good run, well read. That was a great watch from Kaczmarek, and we're seeing this more and more on the big attack. We're seeing that wing spiker come in and try and cover the vacant area, and it just forces the spiker to go back towards Kołanowski, and another terrific slow-mo with the big screen in the background. Kołanowski got a bit of drift on that as well. That's a stunning block from Poland. Uber whips it into play again. Kapoor with a solid pass. Peric, great hang. Oh no, it's Luburic again. He's looked pretty accomplished out on that left side for that one rotation where he plays there. Good tempo from Todorovic. These setters not really taking the ball up much higher than the top of the antenna these days for those wide sets. Now, you can see what Janos is trying to do here. I think he's essentially saying to Lukas Kaczmarek, sorry mate, but you've got to be in the game. I think Climactic's going to get a bit of traffic here. He's going to get a few sets just to see if they can establish some rhythm and just create some space for the middles and the left side players. And Kolikovic thinks that should have been blocked. Climactic, better serve. Well passed by Peric. Peric gets the return ball. Another one bounces off the head of the spiker. Leon, not the set he was after, but clever use. Now it's not been... Oh, well, it finally is called as a floor touch. Nikolovic not happy with the second official because he says he called it and it wasn't picked up. Because if you don't call it early enough, the rally continues. At the same time, if you call it and you're wrong, you're going to lose the point. It's warm work in Bari for Igor Kolikovic. Here we go, yeah. That was a pretty easy spot for the coach from the angle he was watching. In defence of the second official, he had another diving player in front of him, so can't always be 100%. And that ball bounced as if it had pancakes, actually. Poland's challenge successful, they win the point. Climactic goes back to the service line again. Close, very close to the line once more. He's just not quite getting things right tonight. Kuzmanovic continues the game plan. Serbia are trying to serve pretty much everything at the moment onto Leon, or position 6-5 down that seam between Leon and the player he's passing next to. But if the pass is good enough, then we know Janosch is going to use middle, or he's going to try and bring Climactic more into the game. Climactic hasn't killed the ball, I don't think, from the back line yet. Oh, goodness me. This might be one of the most stop-start performances from Poland that we've seen at this championships. There's a long way to go yet. The Serbian players will know that, but they will also know they have a golden opportunity here. They are in the game. Luberic puts it in court. Again, nothing that Swifka wanted to swing on. Poland scrapping around for points. That'll do from Climactic. I can't emphasise how important it is that he hits his rhythm in this game. I honestly don't think that Captain Bartosz Kurek looks in good enough shape to be the replacement. He has come on court during the phases of this tournament. He's got 27 points as well, but he's not featured as a primary attacker. Certain amount of confidence here from Serbia and Luberic, but that one's been overcooked. Once again, the two middles, Kowanovski and Huber, are scoring points pretty regularly on their serve. Let's see if Kowanovski can force Serbia out of position again. Well, you can see what he was trying to do there, beat Peric on the line, but nothing doing. You do get used to the pace of the ball out there. Players will tell you that, you know, after a while of training and playing at this level, it becomes second nature, but it's still travelling right on the edge of human reaction and movement time. We are talking a fraction of a second for the ball to travel, what, 6 to 8 metres? Certainly on the attack, it's the shorter distance. I mean, it's unplayable. It's unplayable. Unless the block is in business, it's unplayable. Good take from Huber. Good kill from Leon. That looked like a volleyball play from Poland. And that looked pretty good as well from Serbia. Ball just drifted, so Kujundžić couldn't get the angle he wanted there and had to wait for it and knock it off Kaczmarek's hands, who'd sealed the line pretty well. So Podraščanin to serve. Been such a servant of this Serbian team, along with his absent middle blocking partner, Sreko Lisanac. Oh, wow. Welcome to the game, Wilfredo Leon. I think he's back in business. I think Kaczmarek's in business. I think Serbia now have got a few different problems to solve. And for the second time, the middle blocker goes with Huber and leaves the gap. Kuzmanovic this time. 3-point cushion. Swivka takes the pace off. Kujundžić out of system, isolated. Does a good job there. Poland somehow keep it in play. And then just take their hands away on the block, and Kujundžić has missed. Are we going to get a challenge? So there's the first block, hands all in place. That's a magnificent pickup from Janusz. Second time around, I think the blockers take their hands down. Yeah. Well, you don't see it work a tremendous amount, but that was a good play there, the old double bluff. Swivka to serve again. Good front line for Poland. Big blockers, Kaczmarek, Leon and Huber. And they've lined up Luberic nicely there, but he's hit very strongly. The outside arm of Leon. Let's have a quick look at the big screen to see that one back. See if he does manage to seal that line. No, he doesn't. Leaves about half a metre, and Luberic still manages to get it block out. Good front line here for Serbia. But very, very nicely done from Leon. See, when the ball is in his window, he's just one of the players of the modern game. When he's running onto it, he's a demolition man. He's a wrecking ball. Pick the right player to go past. Kujundžić, the slightly shorter of the blockers in that lineup. Huber gets it into play. Gets Serbia out of system. Kujundžić straight into the block and the net. And a very, very different feel to this game now. Serbia were in this game. They were in this match, but what they desperately didn't want to happen was for Leon and Kaczmarek to come to the party. It's starting to happen for Poland. Timeout Serbia.
Ovo je bila iza, razumiješ što ti govorim? Da si stabilan, digne u četvorku, pa će onda prođe ako je teška za iza glave. Idemo dalje, Kuki, dalje, ne veze od teške lopte. Nemoj mnogo da ulaziš. Nemoj mnogo da ulaziš. Ajde, 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 ajde. Borba, borba, borba. Moramo da poštujemo loptu, ajde.
Well, he does speak between sets 2 and 3. Igor Kolikovic, he's always an interesting listen. He can be rather short and sharp, but he can also provide some slightly more expansive answers. If Poland win this set, though, and they win it relatively easily, he won't be in too good a mood. But it would be great if we can hear from him. Nick Grbic usually does his own interviews. He's always a fascinating listen. And that'll be coming up at the end of this set. Good swing. Nice swing. Kujundžić nice and balanced in the air, realised he just had the one blocker to beat. I mean, that one blocker was Leon, so it's not as easy as it sounds, but yeah, good shot. 4-point cushion though, Poland in control here. Kujundžić to serve. Nice pass from Zatorski. And it's still not quite flowing for Kaczmarek, but he's making points and he's making shots. This is good from the Polish opposite. That's a really sensible play. Now, can he find a cannon of a serve? No, takes the pace off. Easy pass for Peric. Good swing, great pick-up from Zatorski and a brilliant joust. Oh, what a point. Zatorski with one of the pickups of the day, and then Kowanovski with a super joust. Secret of the play, can you touch the ball second? Takes a bit of nerve, but this time he goes first and just shoves his way straight through Ljuberic. Oh, the big Serbian opposite will not be happy with that. And he deposited on his backside as well for his troubles. Well, the arms will surely be a bit freer now for Poland. This is where Serbia will be worried. Off pace is good. Kapor with a great pass. Oh, magnificent. Zatorski again. Well, you've got to get it to the tape. You've got to get it to the tape, but on that occasion, just too far. Went beyond Leon. And Ljuberic finishes it. Dig again from Zatorski. And Swivke just overcooking the old knee slide set. So, Vojvodina Novi Sad player. Petar Kuzmanovic, 33-year-old middle blocker, 2 meters and 5 with the serve. I must admit, I would say Leon is doing a good job here, better than he did in the first set. What he's doing is he's just giving Janusz a slightly bigger window. So he's still driving into the net, but he's driving into the net and preserving about a metre of distance that he can play with. It's helping Janusz out a lot, and it's helping Leon find some rhythm. Can he find the serve? No. He gets his ace. No pictures on a scorecard, so it goes down as an ace, but certainly not his Tuesday best. 123 kilometres per hour. They tend to go over when they hit the net tape at that speed. Right. But he still hasn't got a clean one away. We're going to see a Leon screamer with this next serve. He's got full rights to go for it. He's got a good lead here. Pings one off the tape again. Brilliant. Well, Marko Podraskinin has barely had a shot in this game. I think that serve went up over 130 clicks, but irrelevant once it hits the net. Good finish. Podraskinin gets a kill through the middle. That has to happen more for Serbia, that's for sure. Ljuberic, Peric and Kujundžić can't carry the hitting weight on their shoulders like they did in set one. Not for the whole match. Great serve. Kaczmarek, good heavy swing from off the net. And they're going to get the joy of the overpass, which they don't use particularly well, but fortunately for Poland, there's a net touch from Serbia to still give them the point. Yep, we saw it there. Stojovic taking his hands away and catching the net as he did so. New setter comes into play, so I'm pretty sure this is just to preserve Todorovic. They're going to do the double flip as well, so Antanasevic is coming on front court. And Batak, the setter, comes on back court for Ljuberic. So a change in personnel, new hitter, new setter. And then they'll probably flip that at the end of the next 3 rotations. Kohanovski gets pace on it. Antanasevic from the bench, hammers it hard. Good pick up from the middle. Oh, brilliant setting. That is brilliant from Janusz. Just double-checked his positioning, made sure that ball was going to be legal to play, took a step back and jump set it beautifully to Kuzmanovic. Watch Kuzmanovic's movement here, the number 5. Watch him realise that this is coming to him. Can't go anywhere else. And he's in play. Good work from Poland. Serbia in trouble here.
Nemoj sad na veze rezultat. Moramo da zadržimo igru. Kod kuvanih lopti, ajmo da se sredimo, puštimo dizača, digne tu drugu loptu. I primatite je na sajlu. Ajde.
I love in every timeout that there's a little volleyball phrase that will pop up that doesn't seem to need any kind of translation. High ball on that occasion. It's the the weekend Coca-Cola similarity to the French language. And these phrases tend to pop up if you listen closely enough. So Kolakovic has used both of his timeouts. And that is a wonderful serve off the back of a timeout. Kochanowski and Huber are still doing a very good job for their team. They've been the glue at this championships, the two middles for Poland. It's a terrific hit. And it's beaten Kapoor, who's largely passed well in this match, the Serbian libero. Peric is out. In comes Ivovic. This is all about Kolakovic essentially writing this set off, the Serbian coach. I mean, never say never, but what he's doing is he's getting a couple of key players onto the bench, he's giving them a break from the action, and he wants a restart when they come back in. They're not going to win this set. Poland 9 up. Batak goes wide, not the best set, but Antanasevic uses the block nicely. Off the hand of Climactic. No, in fact, Janusz, my apologies. Good enough. Very deliberately done, though. Just waited for the block to show and drop. Is it another new player? It is. Oh, wow. Boris Kovacevic, the captain, is in. Hasn't scored a single point at these championships. Lovely. Lovely swing. And Swivka, who has been brilliant in some of the matches here at EuroVolley, has been very quiet in this game. And if he starts to find his rhythm, Serbia are going to have a huge task on their hands here to get this match into some sort of winnable position. Kovacevic pressured, not his best pass. Free ball. Easy pass for Kaczmarek. And that is just brilliant. He's not a complex, complicated player, Norbert Huber. He just relies on his height, on his big shoulder. And watch this. Gets himself in position, knows what play's coming, and just makes himself available to Janusz. Gets a pretty easy kill. So this set is done. And we will renew hostilities after our extended break between sets 2 and 3. 6-minute break for the coaches to have a chat with us here on EuroVolley TV. Great dig. That's a great dig from Podraskinin. And he's nearly earned his team a point. Block just not quite up to the task. Kaczmarek on that left side. The one time he's in a rotation there. Nicely done by the big feet of Podraskinin, but not second time of asking. 25 points, getting closer and closer for this Polish team. Swivka, nice serve. Complete mix-up there on both sides of the net. Serbia were all over the place, and Poland then clash their blockers and collapse into the net. The blockers looking around to see who it was, but it was pretty much all of them. Touching the net there. Good server is Antanasevic, puts that into court nicely. There we go, there we go. Bit of momentum here for Serbia. They just want to try and win a few points at the end of this set. Batak with a nice shutdown. He's 1.98 m. Is the Partizan Belgrade setter, so he's got the height to stop Leon. Apologies all round from the superstar Polish outside. See if Antanasevic can find another big one. Oh, foot fault. That's got to be challenged. Well, maybe my eyes are letting me down, but he looked like he had his foot on the line there. Instead, it's an ace. Here comes the slow-mo. It was mighty close, wasn't it? But he's battered that off Leon's arms. And Nick Grbic will be just gently simmering away on the bench right now. This is not what he wants to see from his team. He wanted a clinical finish to the second set. They've imposed themselves here on the game, Poland. He's way into court this time. I reckon he was on the last serve, you know. But got away with it, didn't get away with that one. Let off for Poland. Good hit, Kapoor, overpass. Well, somehow Serbia manufacture an attack from that. That's a brilliant set from Batak. But Poland just come back at them again. The rhythm now within the Polish ranks is so much better than set one. They look like a team now that are moving towards the net, moving with the ball. That means the fans can move as well now. Some concerns at the end of set one, but they are back in it. Lots of set points then for Poland. Good serve from Huber, good save. Oh, brilliant dig from Swivka. Magnificent from Poland to finish. 25-15. That is a stinging response to losing set one. And Serbia now are under the pump. Poland then level, one apiece, and we go to our extended break between these sets. It'll be an interesting restart to this game. Well, huge contribution. Here we go then with set three of this quarter-final in Bari, with the magnificent Pala Florio in the blue. Serbia got off to a great start, winning the first set 28 points to 26 against Poland in the red and white, but Poland coming back strong in set two and absolutely demolishing the Serbian pair, or the Serbian team, in that second set. Good start though for Serbia, they'll take this. Can they get away to a solid start here, Serbia? Good pass from Leon. It's good work. I think Janusz is going to try and keep doing this. He needs to keep pinning those middles. And as many points as he can get out of Huber and Kojanovski in the middle, he's going to get them. The response from Kuzmanovic and Podrashkinin, two very experienced middle blockers, has to be good. If Janusz keeps using them, then they will have a chance. They'll be in the game. Lovely swing. What a brilliant swing from Libric. Can Todorovic get a better set away? Well, Kuzmanovic has to go to his head. Good thinking. Brilliant shot. That is a brilliant shot. That looked like a line pokey from Kaczmarek. Get that man a sand court. Great swing. What a touch from Huber. That's a middle blocker playing that. That's crazy stuff. Then the head. On the head, son. Over it goes from Kuzmanovic. Up it goes from Kojanovski. And that is a super sweet tip down the line. Not sure it would have been strictly legal on the sand, but hey, indoors, it's a point. Full stop. Just out from Huber, but Poland showing signs that they are still in the same sort of rhythm they were in set 3. So if they can side out comfortably against the Serbian serve, it'll be all the pressure on the team in blue. Good serve though from Kujundžić, gets the overpass. Fedovic goes wide to Peric, who's been quiet in this game. There's a little bit of a chat there after that point. Peric to Climactic. Peric went big after this one. It's a huge hit. Wow, look at that. Right off the top of the fingers and into the corner, and there you go. Big celebration, big stare from Climactic. Out from Leon, but he caught the block on the way. That's what he was trying to do at the end of set 1 and couldn't find the hands. It's interesting, isn't it? Kuzmanovic and Podraškinin are two middle blockers that you would put in a lot of starting lineups in World Volleyball. They haven't had a look in this game. Out from Peric. One great hit, one slightly inaccurate. Successful on the line, decides to go back this time to the angle, and he's missed it completely. Chance for Climactic to put a bit of distance between Poland and Serbia now. If the big opposite can find just a couple of serves, that would help. Nope, he's not going to do that. Still not quite there, is he? What a great pass from Leon. Out of system hit, 3 blockers waiting, and that was a very good lead from Satorsky. It's a great idea to shadow the ball. Don't get silly close and don't start doing what some players do and pretend to play it and leave it. You can get yourself in trouble like that. But you do need to be with the ball, and then hopefully your teammates will let you know it's out. Good swing from Leon off a poor pass. Now, can he find a serve? This time he's done it. And bizarrely enough, he's taken 20 kilometers per hour off the ball to find his ace. Bit of cut, sends it to the line. Kapoor can't get anywhere near it. Here it comes again. Oh, 2 in a row. We spend a lot of time talking about Leon's serve. You can't deliver every single game. But when he does get it right, there are few better servers, if any, in World Volleyball right now. That's a thunderbolt. Tell you what, Kujundžić has done well to get his arms on that at all. Okay, so this is the serve that's broken the back of the Serbian challenge at the moment. Sneaks over on the third one. Lubric can't put it away. This is trouble for Serbia. Oh, great blocking. And what did I tell you? Marko Podraškinin's come to the party. Mr. Experience. Doesn't fall for anything there. And Janusz on that pipe attack, but he was all over it. Peric, good close as well to help his middle out. Good swing, Lubric. Not had a tremendous amount to do in set 3 yet, but responds well there. Great serve, and Lubric said that he had to outscore Climactic, and this is a very good contribution in the first third of this set. Put everything into that one, and Leon's pass has been found wanting again. And so all that credit that Leon had managed to buy, whoops-a-daisy. Whoops-a-daisy, looks like an Italian fan in for the match against the Netherlands. That's our last quarter-final here at the EuroVolley. See Bari, not this time. At least he's got Serbia back in the set before too much damage is done. Yeah, lovely shot. Kujundžić comes out of the back line. That's a nice set option for Todorovic, because this won't be a player that the blockers are thinking about. And as soon as he was released from the pass by Kapor, he was able to get on the front foot. Good timing step from him, showed Todorovic exactly what he wanted to do there. Good serve again. Oh dear, Poland struggling and Leon struggling. Some decisions for Nick Grbić to consider here, because at the moment Leon is not passing the Serbian Serbs well at all, and they are targeting him. They will continue to go after him, I'm sure. And then suddenly the payoff of the massive Serbs and the big spikes. If you're shanking passes, it's not great. And Leon is removed. Well, the substitution does enough to disturb Peric. And there is Leon on the bench, somewhere he's been quite a lot during the course of this championships, but he was brilliant in the earlier part of the summer in the VNL. Semenyo out on the floor, very experienced player. He plays alongside Leon at Perugia. That wasn't great from Janusz. It's never good when your lower risk serves are going in the net. Oh, it's not gone Serbia's way. It's a golden opportunity. he's a real character, his catch. Touch confused by this slightly in-out Polish performance. Good tempo, really good tempo. I love that release. Good tension in the arms from Todorovic. Holds nicely in the air and then pings it out wide. So even though the blockers were there, they found it very difficult to move into position and get the arms over, get that block set. And Kujundžić has used that nicely. High ball, out of system swing from Kaczmarek is defended by Peric. Great work off the floor. And another good reuse play. Ljuberic for his second swing in the rally. Oh, goodness me, just went off in the hand, officer. That's gone ballooning into the crowd. Even the pros do it. They take such huge swings at the ball. Concerned about being blocked on the first one, so second one just tried to take it at the peak. And it's come straight off the fingertips and away. No control. Playing well though in this set, Ljuberic. Let's take nothing away from him. Huber into play. Good pass from Kujundžić. Nice. Like that. That's a really good setting decision from Vuk Todorovic, the Volley Ljubljana setter. This is volleyball in the Pro League in Slovenia, and he's gone nicely there to Petar Kuzmanovic. And that's what Igor Kolikovic wants to see more of. When the ball is roughly in system, he's happy for Todorovic to really try and force the issue down the middle. Which is, of course, exactly what Janusz is happy to do. But when you've got Kojanovski and Huber to set to, it's not difficult. Very good. Kojanovski makes the play. The nearly man, Kaczmarek, still looking to get himself into the game. That's a better serve, much better. Blockers lined up, and it just puts that extra bit of pressure on the spiker. Peric is such a great line hitter, but tonight his angle shots, his diagonal hits have been a little shaky. And that was a good block, because it looked like the line was pretty much closed. It looked like the cross court was challenged. Peric mishits out of play for Poland to go 13-12. Peric is out. Wow. In comes Marko Ivovic, another player that plays over in Russia, Dynamo Leningrad. And he just goes off pace and into the arms, and it's worked. Better from Kuzmanovic though, and Kaczmarek hitting some good serves now. That will do. Against Janusz. Blockers trying to work their magic, watching everything that's happening. That's a good job. That's a good job from Serbia, and you don't often see the likes of Ivovic and Kuzmanovic this fired up. But he is happy, Kuzmanovic, because he's one of those middle blockers that will occasionally get some unbelievable defensive pickups. I think we'll allow him his celebration there. There he is. He is the shyest, most unassuming player you will meet, Petar Kuzmanovic. Didn't even dawn on me. I interviewed him on camera over the summer, and it didn't dawn on me that he might be just a little bit nervous in front of the camera. And there he was, out on court, playing against the USA, against Poland, against all these huge hitters. But we stuck the camera in front of him, and he was quite quiet. He wasn't quiet after that defensive play, though. Brilliant pick-up from the middleman. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. OK, it's turned into a middle show at the moment. Janusz, she's so comfortable with Kojanovski and Huber, and they are making mincemeat of it. They're not giving Podoraskinin or Kuzmanovic a chance at the net. Very dependent on the pass, though. So if Serbia can force Poland out of system, they'll keep getting their chances. Semenyuk into play. Kujundžić with a good pass and another fiery hit. Well, this game's not done yet, but Kujundžić has at the moment delivered. This was always going to be a tricky test for him, and he has come up with a lot of very impressive answers. And the 26-year-old who plays his volleyball at Galatasaray Istanbul in Turkey looks like the real deal out there today, as does this man, Lubric, with another heavy serve. Poland out of system once more. Swivka, beautiful. Well, Kujundžić is really annoyed with himself. Watch the positioning of the number 10 here. He thinks he could defend this, and he could have. He could have. Just wasn't expecting that little cut through the arms of Podoraskinin. Could have been blocked, could have been defended. Neither. Polish point. Heavy serve. Big hit from Kojanovski. And a very good return from Ivovic. That's not bad, is it, for a man who's been on the bench for a long time. This is such a huge test for the players, but for the coaches as well. It's a real mental issue. It's such a tough thing to get yourself through these big games and keep thinking clearly for your team. Superb. Oh, is it just wide? Well, Todorovic initially thought that was in, and Swivka saying to Serbia, if you think it's in, you challenge. 1-on-1, tried to go line again, lovely close from Todorovic. Zatorski's completely happy that that's wide. And this is what the technology is for. You will have noticed in the modern game, no lines judges anymore at this level. Oh, that is unlucky. That is a very good block from Todorovic. He's a little unlucky there. But Swivka gets his kill. Poland get their point. And we are into another very close set here. Janusz to serve, so the next 3 rotations for Poland are good blocking-wise. They've got height at the net. They haven't got Leon at the net anymore, though. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness me. That is as steep as it gets. This is monster block number 1. Oh, wow. That hit the floor before Lubric had landed. And Swivka points at the scorch mark where it hit. Janusz not getting involved with any of it. The Polish playmaker just refocusing on the next serve. Good pass from Ivovic. Lubric blocked again. Kapor gets the reuse. Kujundžić out of system, gets a great play. Had no right to kill that. That really should have been a Polish continuation. Right behind him, and he's done very well to target the top of the hands, pick up the net touch from Huber. Podrashkinin, 17-all. Great serve. Great play from Swivka. And we're going to see a little bit of a discussion. The smiling Kaczmarek, right in the middle of it, of course. Swivka saw the space and just power tipped into it. The Serbian players didn't like the way the ball was handled, but didn't look too bad to me. Janusz finds him with a very clever set, but that is an excellent response. And I think Serbia just frustrated that they couldn't defend that with 2 players close to the ball. Poland nudge ahead again. Swivka to serve. That brings Semenyuk into the front line. It's in. It's a decent enough pass. Magic again from Zatorski. Little unlucky with the bounce out of the net there, Poland. Serbia go again. Magic blocking again. And this time Serbia can't get it back into play. That's gone straight away. And Kujundžić having gone so well in this set. And that was a pretty good pass under pressure also. But it's the out of system ball that's really tricky for him when the blockers know where it's going. It wasn't so out of system, but very good from Poland to get the cushion.
Nemoj samo da nas blokiraju 2 metra. Znači, ako nas blokiraju, damo 6 metar. Ako je out, boli na dupe. Znači, udari visoko.
Here we go then, big moments for both teams once more. 2-1 down. Serbia know that that will be very difficult because Poland will play with more confidence surely in set 4. It's the last thing they need, so they've got to keep fighting here. They have to earn this side out. That's job number 1. Swivka into play, off-pace serve. Oh, shanked by Ivovic. Ivovic from the middle of the line. Oh, he's done well there. There's absolutely nothing doing from that shot. That had to be hit with perfection, and it was. And he owed his team that after the pass. Kuzmanovic out. Here comes Nemanja Mazlovic. Yeah, he's been quiet tonight, Kuzmanovic, not been his normal brilliant self. The 27-year-old 2 meters and 5 Ljubljana blocker comes in. Kuzmanovic goes to the bench. Good read from the substitute. Oh, fantastic blocking. That is intense at the net from Mazlovic. This is a very good read first up to stop Huber. And then excellent, really excellent from Kujundžić. 2 blocks then, the final kill from the wing spiker. 19 all. Well, it was a hard working point. Not a glamour shot from Kaczmarek by any means. It was just a grafting spike into the corner. And got a piece of Kujundžić, who was flying, by the way. He was way in the air. Good swing, great pass from Kujundžić. And a lovely hit from Liberic, who's been pretty close to 100%, I would say, left side. He has not looked in trouble at all when he's been given the ball on that rotation. Well, Serbia have done a fantastic job here to close the gap. Kujundžić with the serve. Shaky pass again. Oh, that's not great from Poland. Kaczmarek forced to pass the ball, and then Janusz goes to him as opposed to going to Semenyuk. He's tipped it wide. Serbia have the lead in unlikely circumstances.
If we receive off the net, which they will now continue to press, okay? Remember to wait the reception of the net and be precise. If the ball is not good, don't risk. Even though they are playing good in transition, I don't care. Don't risk, okay? Go strong off the fingers or use it to block.
Good heavy serve. Kujundžić out of the timeout. That was the one that Serbia needed to block, and Kaczmarek has forced it through. Well, that's what the big players are paid the big money for, to deliver in these tricky situations. It's about your ability to come to the party when it matters. And boy, does it matter now. Serbia 22-21. Kaczmarek missing out. Kuzmanovic on from the bench, puts his serve in play. Tries to get a defensive touch, but can't. That's a good comeback. Semenyuk just showing Janusz that he's there. Swivka will come to the front court now. Semenyuk will go to serve, and he's got a good serve, but Janusz knows that Semenyuk out of the back line could be an option here on the pipe. Very experienced hit from Kamil Semenyuk. 22 all. Semenyuk then can get some heat on. Kurek's in as a blocking substitution. So no setter out on court for Poland. Janusz on the bench. In play. Kurek bumps it up high for Swivka, who gets the reuse play. Still no setter on court. Kohanovsky gets it to Kurek. Kurek can't put it down. Finally, Semenyuk takes responsibility and gives Swivka a ball way off the net. And the block in business again, and Serbia have got the point. Poland just didn't quite manage that situation. They played really well in the point, but couldn't quite get the set in the air that the hitters needed. Good stop from Ivovic. Igor Kolakovic delighted with his players' application to the task. Janusz, the playmaker, back on. Kurek's 1 point is done. He's on the bench again, the Polish captain. And this is danger for Poland. Luburic forces them out of system. This is a huge hit for Swivka. Has to tip it and gets it down. And another one of those points that the team under pressure should never have won. But Swivka wins it. Oh, great set from Janusz. That's a fantastic set. And that little touch on the block just took Kapor out of the equation. Well played Swivka, well played Poland, and Serbia have to muster the heart to go again. Still in a great position here, Serbia at 23 all. Side out brings set point. Batak on. Todorovic off. This is a lot of pressure on the substitute setter, and he's not going to get the ball in his hands. That's a rip snorter of a serve from Kohanovsky. What a time for the middle to step up. He has absolutely battered this, and it was too much for Ivovic. Timeout Serbia.
Imamo dizača, tamo imamo nogometa ovamo. Znači imamo visoku loptu ako bude teška. Ajde, ništa, ajde, dalje. Opa, ajde.
The toughest thing in serving to do is to serve after a break in the game. A timeout tends to produce a lot of service errors. And this will be interesting. I wonder what Nick Gurovic has said to Kohanovsky. If he said anything to him at all. Very often coaches don't want to disturb the focus of a server. They don't want to take that focus external. They want it internal. Real concentration on the next play. He might just have left him well alone, and whatever he wants to hit, they'll live and die by that. Set point Poland. Great serve. Ivovic passes it this time. Serbia to stay in the set. They do. And it's that man, Kujundžić, again. He's having a marvellous game. Big option from Batak. That's a brave set. Ivovic to serve, 24 all. We're into overtime again. 2 clear points required. Todorovic back on the court. Good option. That's exactly the right option from Janusz. Sometimes you have to go to percentages. And number 21, Todorovic, is the shorter setter, and he gave Swivka every opportunity to go past him. And a very nice take from Huber, just to slow Podrashkinin down. Second set point to Poland. They've been here before though. 2 set points in the first set, couldn't win it. And the second set point goes begging. One difference at the moment is that Serbia haven't had a set point of their own. Difference to the first set, that is. Good heavy swing, and what another brave setting choice from Todorovic. 25 all, Podrashkinin to serve. Bangs a big serve in, beautiful pass. That is exceptional volleyball from Poland. And Kamil Semeniuk there getting the praise of his fellow players for making one of the passes of the game. This is a massive contest in set 3. This is going all the way. Third set point arrives for Poland. Again, does Swivka go high risk? He does. High risk, but it's high and handsome. It's way over the baseline. 26 all, 3 set points again passed up. Serbia still in the mix here. Nick Gurbic can't believe it. Oh, it's painful. He'd be a coach. Todorovic to serve. Good front line here for Serbia. Nice pass. Semenyak onto his front foot as Huber missed it. Well, he thinks it's in. He's convinced it's in, as are his Polish teammates. We're going to go to the challenge. But the Serbian players are just as convinced as the Polish players that it's out. Well, if this has landed in, it is going to be mighty tight. One suspects this is going to be the last few millimetres of the line if Huber's found it. He doesn't look convinced, does he? Well, it was actually block touch in the end that they were appealing for. This has not touched anything. Kuzmanovic knew it. I thought it was an in or out call, but it's been called as a block touch. It's gone. It's gone. 3 set points saved. First set point for Serbia. This can change the whole complexion of the game, and Nick Gurbic has called his players in for a chat. Time out then for Poland.
Guys, again, one ball at a time. Okay. If he goes with the flow, try to give the ball close to the net. If the ball is good, they are opening up. They are spreading out. Okay. So be ready for pipe eventually. Okay. Jedna piva, guys. Jedna piva.
Former Serbian star, Olympic champion, former Serbian coach, Nick Gurbic. Obviously very closely connected with the team on the other side of the net. And he'll be incredibly frustrated at the situation here because Poland really should be 2-1 up. Serbia have battled magnificently. Todorovic puts it in with low risk and nearly gets the benefit. That was a mighty tight pass, but Janusz has extended beautifully at the net to get the set away to Kaczmarek. But it's not that easy to hit the big ones at 27 all. Good shot, good shot. Ice water running through those veins of Norbert Huber. It's an arm swing that is quite exceptional. The mechanics are incredible. There is virtually no take back, but there is everything by the time he sends his arm through the ball, and it's too much for Kapur. 4th set point for Poland for a 2-1 lead. Huber again. No. Maybe not as cool, calm and collected as he looked. 28 all, but Poland have that marginal swing. They've got that slight bit of momentum, meaning that if they side out, they get set point again. Kujundžić to serve. Good pass. Great swing. Devastating hit from Kaczmarek. Absolutely superb set from Janusz, and brilliant playmaking from the Polish setter. Really committed to what he wanted to do there. 5th set point arrived. 2nd set that's gone way into overtime. Leon still not featuring. Oh, dear me. You can see the effect of the pressure on the Polish players. There's not a huge amount of freedom at the service line. We've only seen that one really clean hit from Huber for the ace. 29 all. Ball in play. Ace serve. And Petar Kuzmanovic came off court, came back on the serve. We've got an entire rotation, and he's come on and aced all the way round to the back, and he's aced Swivka. Second set point for Serbia. Well, this is a relatively low-risk serve. Krsmanovic should be able to put it in again. No! Would you believe it? He's feeling it. Oh, dear me. Oh, this is great stuff. This is great stuff. Incredible drama in Bari. 30-all. Semenyuk. Can he find his jump serving best? He can. Serbia out of system. The blockers wait. It's defended. Chances here. Janusz goes to Kaczmarek. And Kaczmarek hammers it into the corner. It's been given in. Serbia, I think, want a challenge. Great touch from Kowanovski. Off from Norbert Huber, actually. No, it's Semenyuk. I got there in the end. And that shot got there in the end as well. Didn't touch the blockers on the way. Interesting. Podraskinin thinks it's in. The Serbian players thought it was out. It is a point, Poland. Good serve from Semenyuk. Oh, superb. I can't tell you the pressure that was on that swing from Luberic, but he's dealt with it. And a sixth set point for Poland goes begging. Knew exactly what he wanted to do there. Went after the seam and found it. And the problem here for Poland is that Luberic is at the line. This will require passing if it's in. Oh, a serve! Oh, incredible! Luberic takes his team to a third set point. That's a stunning hit. That is flat-out defence from Semenyuk, and he only just managed to get a hand on it. What a time to find that ace, and what a time for Serbia to once again give themselves a chance. We are going deep in set 3, 32-31 to Serbia. A wry smile from Luberic as he tosses the ball out. And another player can't find back-to-back big serves. Well, here's another man that can serve big. That little momentum swing is back in Serbia's favour. Side out, brings it to set point. That's the pressure on Kowanovski's arm here. High toss, goes about 80%. Good pass from Ivovic. And a really decent swing from him. In to replace Peric from the bench. And he's been very good since he's been on court. Precision pass. And a precision hit. Fourth set point for Serbia, having saved 6. Ivovic hits it hard, hits it long. We're just waiting for that next big play. It won't come from Janusz at the service line. Relatively straightforward jump float serve. Supposedly low risk, although he's missed one in this set. It's got to be about block and defence for Poland here. It's good defence from Janusz. Didn't know much about it. Here's a chance for Poland. Kaczmarek tips it to the floor. And Poland turn it round again. Seventh set point. Polish fans have been on their feet now for about 10 minutes and their team still can't win it. He made absolutely sure, didn't he? One blocker to beat, but he decided he didn't want to swing on that. Janusz into play. Serbia to stay in the set. Good shot. Good shot, Kujundžić. That was a huge block to hit past. Kaczmarek and Huber in his way. Look at the height he gets here, Kujundžić. Oh, that's astonishing. He was flying. 7 set points saved. We're right back round to Podrashkinin again. Good hit, solid pass. Janusz goes reverse, brilliant. Beautiful tempo. The threat there that had to be honoured by Kuzmanovic was the threat of Huber down that central channel. The blocker had to look at him, and that left Swivka with the freedom to hit hard into the angle. This is getting crazy in Bari. Eighth set point for Poland. Off pace from Swivka, out of luck there for Serbia, out of system, and down it goes. Eighth time lucky, as absolutely nobody ever says. Poland lead by 2-1 in Bari, but by the skin of their teeth. Well, it started off as a very up and down contest in set one, although that set went very deep. Then Poland turned it on in set two to demolish Serbia, but what a response from the team in blue in set three. And only the very best with some incredibly messy plays. That was a three-man block that one block. Away we go once again here in Bari. The crowd here in the Pala Florio have been rewarded with a brilliant match, an epic contest between these two. And Poland in the red and white, just stealing the march. Semenyuk coming in for Leon midway through the third set, and then a massive battle going well into the 30s, which Poland eventually won. They lead this game by 2-1. They're a set away from a place in the EuroVolley semi-finals. Huber to see if he can get his team off to a good start. Nice hit. Kapoor passes well enough. Oh dear me. Well, we call it the campfire defence. That ball tipped into the centre and everybody looking like they're around a campfire on a camping holiday. At the end of all of that description, it's a point for Kujundžić and Serbia. There's Kujundžić at the line. He's had a good game. Played really well under pressure. He's the number 10. Spoke too soon. You're going to miss your serves. Missing them at the start of the set is better than missing them at the important junctures, and we had a lot of pressure serves go out the back at the end of set 3. Not the biggest block here, with Janusz and Semenyuk on the wings. Kaczmarek makes sure of the serve. That's a good touch from Kojanowski. Semenyuk from off the net. Can't get it killed. Oh, superb blocking. Couldn't actually make the spike, but follows it with a terrific leap to stop Luburic. You will have noticed that Peric is back in for Ivovic, so there's one change for Serbia. Semenyuk has remained out on the floor ahead of Leon. Kaczmarek to serve again. He's just doing what's required here. He's not quite on his game in this one. He didn't have a terrific match in the round of 16 either, was very quiet there. But he has stepped up in a couple of key moments and hit some big points. As has this man, Kuzmanovic. Huber just getting a bit of extra coaching from his boss. Nicely done. The middles have been impressive tonight. For me, they've been the most impressive element of Poland's performance at the EuroVolleys. Both Kołanowski and Huber have been excellent. But I guess you're only as good as your setter and the pass. So the pass has been good enough. The setter, Janusz, has been really on the ball with his distribution. 4-2, early advantage here for Poland. Big shot from Semeniuk. Peric, off the fingers and away. That was hit very hard indeed. They can't watch, can he? What Gurbic will be upset about here is he thinks the block was probably reaching rather than going over. And there's that Janusz hands away again. Yeah, Kołanowski was trying to show how high he could reach. And it was a case of you show him, I'll hit him from Peric. Hey, this time the read is good. Porashkinin decides to gamble on Janusz going back to the middle. It's a well that has produced a lot of points, but he's closed this one down. Super work again from the vastly experienced Serbian middle. Ljuberic, can he go on a run? It's a great serve. Swivka just about gets it into play. Kaczmarek, he goes into the block and the net. Oh dear, this is not a passage of play that Nick Gurbic will be enjoying. His team have managed to push a 4-2 lead, which they've instantly conceded with some great play from Serbia. Let's not take anything away from the team in blue here. Kołanowski, terrific serve that he found towards the back end of that third set. Nearly gave his team the whole thing. Good touch from Kapoor, great defence from the libero. Power tip, defence again from Kapoor. That's brilliant from the man in the red jersey for Serbia. Well, as always, it's the person that terminates the point that seems to get the adulation. But the only reason Peric got to swing at that was because Kapoor made the touches. Two brilliant pickups from the libero. The barrel-chested libero. And then Serbia doing rather what Poland did in set one for large parts of the opening set. They delivered one good point and then couldn't follow it with a decent serve. And it's that combination of things that creates the rhythm and the pressure. You might be siding out like a genius, you might side out every single time, but if you're not getting your serves in with pressure, you can't complete that jigsaw. Good touch, that'll do from Semeniuk. Swivka off the net, power volleys, easy play for Serbia. Oh, again, great touches here from Poland. And Swivka gambles, sticks it in the net. Oh, that is so unlike Marko Poderaskinin. Serbia still struggling to side out, then put the serve in. That rather pushes the momentum in the direction of Poland. Good turn, nice pick-up from Janusz. And straight into the block again, this time from Semeniuk. The one thing I would say, it's not an ideal tactic by any means, and it should never be used as a tactic, but one of the byproducts of missing a lot of serves is that your opponents don't have side-out rhythm. Now, if you miss 5 serves in a row, but you still side out, you're 5-all. Then you put a serve in, and suddenly your opponents have to side out. This could be the situation here. In it goes. Poland have to side out. And they side out very smoothly indeed through Climactic. Can't resist a smile at Kapur. He was in the right place, but was never going to get anywhere near that. Too good. Well, that wasn't the set that Lubric needed. He's been very good left side, but that one sold him short. It's gone straight into the hands of a very big block, and he's tried to manufacture something. But Climactic just stretching that little bit further. I love that from Kowanovski. Had absolutely no idea where that ball had gone. Clips it into play, Huber. Nice block. Really nice block from Kowanovski. He continues to impress in this match. Are we going to get a challenge? No, that's in. That's well in. Manovic has been sacrificed again. In comes Maslovic. New middle blocker on for Serbia. Kapur with another fine pass. And that's a great piece of work in defence from Climactic. But this time, the attack too strong for Kowanovski. Again, if we see a replay on that, you'll see Kowanovski reaching high rather than over. Tricky not to do it. He reached over there. Climactic got the touch, but when you reach high and just leave your hands out there, it's a target, and Peric has used them well. Way out. Just chasing the ball all the way, Kujundžić. He's got to settle back into his supporting role. Let the big guns do their job. Just be that extra bit firepower, that extra bit of defence, that stable pass, that solid serve. Good pass. I do not know why Poland is serving Kapur. He's passing like a machine at the moment. Another one on the head allows Maslovic to get high off the floor and racket it past Kowanovski, which is no mean feat. Poland still with just a small advantage here. Can they side out for the 2-point lead? It's good enough to win the game from this position. Just got to feel there's a long way to go yet, and that was an extended stare through the net. This might get a yellow card. Not allowed to do this. Off the hands into the antenna, and then Peric, who gave it some, through the net to Climactic earlier in the game. Gets a bit in return, and there we go. We're all friends again. We're all friends again. Both captains not on court, remember, so there has to be a reserve captain, which in the case of Poland I think is Swiwka. And Lubric on the other side of the net for the absent Kovacevic. Oh, it's good. That's really good. Marvellous, marvellous serve. That's what put the pressure on. It just pushed Serbia a little out of system. Made it easier for the blockers to isolate where this ball was going. And that is a huge reach from Swiwka on Lubric. They've just shaken hands at the net after a bit of afters. And then Swiwka and Kowanovski dish it out. Big start. Poland making what could prove to be a decisive break, but don't write Serbia off just yet. Luburic again. Oh, wow. That is a priceless hit. A couple of questions being asked here by Poland. Marvellous serve by Semenyo. Wonderful, wonderful set by Todorovic. And that is bounced. Looked completely legal as well from behind the attack line, the takeoff from behind the attack line. Now from behind the baseline, can't get it in. Now, not the tallest block in the front line, but Kołanowski's serve is good. And that levels things up a little bit if he can put it in court with pressure. Not much pressure. Great touch though in defence. Climactic goes high. Swivka gets the reuse. Tries for it again. And good thinking from Huber. Keeps that ball on Serbia's side. Oh, wow. And it's still on Serbia's side. Norbert Huber it is with the roof. Luburic just asking the first official why he allowed the set of Climactic. Nearly 17 seconds in the rally. That's been about the regular duration of most of these rallies. We've had a couple go a little longer than that, but more often than not, that ball has had to pass over several times. Middle blockers getting through a huge workload. The coach is getting through a fair workload as well. Another timeout, this one for Igor Kolakovic. What a track. That's got the crowd going. Polish fans, past masters at spotting themselves on the big screen. He's loving it. Well, his team are leading. 2-1 and 15-11 up in the fourth. It's looking better and better for Poland. And for once, Kołanowski can't find the big serve off the back of the timeout. Another dangerous server, Peric. It's not been his game, to be honest. Only on 9 points at the moment, Peric. Spent most of the last set off for Ivovic. But he's got the firepower to cause problems. Oh, wow. It's another one of those campfire moments when 4 players could have played it, nobody did, and Poland lose a point. More importantly than losing the point, though, it's another chance for Peric to serve, and serve big. Good reach from Podraskin. He's still got it, you know, 36 years of age. Just long. Good leave. It's not just the ball, that sort of direction or height of the ball that influences passes. They're looking for things to line up, so they would have seen, the passers would have seen that ball was tossed too far in front of the server. So as soon as it was above hip height coming to them, they knew it didn't have enough on it to go in court. It was always going to fly long. Janusz floats it short. Good touch off that second ball play from Todorovic. And that is remarkable. That is what your opposite is on court to do. A stinky out of system. And he stumped it right past the block. And right in to that sideline. Very good work from Climactic. This is surely now Poland's game to lose. 17-13. Serbia have to find something pretty special here before Poland get to 25. Gudjunjic serves short again. Podrashkin is blocked. Gudjunjic comes way in and thumps it long. It was a long look at the referee from Swivka there, wasn't it? I think he was waiting to see if it was going to be called in. Or if he was going to be called for a touch, because he would have immediately challenged. Climactic still smiling. Now, Todorovic out, which means Antanasevich will come in on the front line. So new opposite player on court, but they flip the rotation over, so Luburic leaves the court and replacement setter Batak comes in to set from the back line. I just find it incredible how players who've been sat on the bench for best part of an hour can step up like that. That is real testament to how well Antanasevich has kept himself engaged and ready to go, the 31-year-old, and also how good Batak has been straight off the bench to set that. Every side out takes Poland closer to the win. They have not been at their best at this tournament. Lots of people watching the EuroVolley TV broadcasts, a lot of pundits and journalists watching the games have said exactly that. But the key to being a great team is winning when you're not playing your best. And if you can do that, you give yourself chances to win tournaments. Another good kill, second swing on the floor from Antanasevich. Poland don't need another serve to go in court from their own baseline. They just need to keep siding this ball out. Or collecting some errors, and that's a big error from Antanasevich. Poland get to 20. Serbia now 5 points down. Needs something really big to happen. Side out first, and then someone's got to go huge from the service line. Oh, and Kujundžić tries a tricky tip. Kohanovski's having none of it. Didn't fall for that at all. Lovely discipline in the air from Kohanovski. Last throw of the dice from Igor Kolikovic. It's pretty much now or never for Serbia. So first things first, back to the day job, side out, and then get the service to the baseline, and then somebody has to go high risk. Trouble is, they've got to win the ball back off Huber. He's been good today. Lovely hit, great footwork from the big man. Size 16 feet, so quite a big plank of wood to put in front of the ball. Nearly worked. Well, Kujundžić has been solid tonight. Missed his last serve, needs to put this in. Puts it in, but less pressure. Climactic with a decent pass. Luburic gets it done into the block. Antanasevich, my apologies, and Semenyuk's waiting for him. Oh dear. Poland doing it all right now. Great block lineup. When this Polish block know where the ball is going, they are very, very difficult to get it past. Climactic. Good pass from Kujundžić out of that back line, forces it down the front of the blockers. Kohanovski was close enough. Still a lovely attack to watch, isn't it? Well executed pipe, or a faster version, the big attack. Maslovic puts it into play. Oh, too good. Too good. Kamil Semenyuk put his back into that. And he's hit that with a beautiful loop on the ball into the corner. So it took the block out of the equation. That is a superb hit. And Poland, under severe pressure, have got the job done. And now it's just a matter of putting a lid on it. 24-17, ace serve from Semenyuk. He's made a difference since he's come on for Leon. And to a person, the Polish fans stand ready to give their team an ovation. Serbia to try and prolong the match. Tanasevic is defended, it's coming back again. This is brilliant from Poland. Ivovic tips long on the line. This now, surely Kaczmarek can't get it past the block. Swivka, oh, brilliant. What a brilliant finish to the set. Poland tested severely in this quarter-final, but they come through in the end in 4 sets. Poland win 3-1 to book their place in the EuroVolley semi-finals. Well, as it should be, a major tournament gets tougher and tougher the more rounds you go through. Poland tested against Belgium the other evening. They've been really tested by Serbia in this one, but they just had enough in the tank and just had enough on the bench to be able to get that job done. That's a nice thing to see. Two coaches who know each other very well, both as coaches and also coach-player relationship. Kolakovic, Jugorovic, and it was a good contest in the end. Had a little bit of everything. But it's the Polish fans that get to celebrate once more. And here in Bari, they take another step closer to the big one in Rome. Hats off to Serbia. They did so much right tonight. They got the first set in the bag. They were brilliantly close in the third, 28-26, then lost the next one 15-25. And then 34-36. That was the key to the match. Didn't quite break them, but it certainly made the job tougher. And Poland, once they got that 2-3 point lead in set 4, that was it. Away they went, 25-17. And there's your final tail of the tape. That is a remarkably close game. Some superb blocking from Kołanowski and Huber, and also out on the wings as well. Swivka and Semenyuk in key phases of that 4th set were very active. Well, Poland will have their celebration photo.